Hi everyone, welcome to Miami Life and Fitness. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how did I get into fitness? How did I get into bodybuilding? Was I already into sports? Was I into modeling? Was I into pageants? Or was I just into all three? Stay tuned. What do you think? Alright guys, so I've decided I'm going to enter a pageant. Alright, so this video goes out to Alicia Ayala, 6650, who wants to know how did I get into fitness? How did I get into bodybuilding? So this is a really great question, and it's kind of all over the place, but here's the deal. So I've kind of always been into fitness, and the reason why is because my parents were both actually very active as I was growing up, and my dad played semi-pro soccer in Spain, and my dad really just continued to run and play tennis and play sports all his life up until the day he passed away. He basically, that was part of our lives, and he wanted us to play soccer since that was the sport that he grew up with in Europe. And so we all grew up playing soccer, myself, my brother, and my sister. That was our first sport we played. We also played softball and or baseball, and my brother played football, and I also played tennis, and then I was in cheerleading, and then I was in the band. That's a lot. We did a lot. I did a lot. So I played the saxophone for 8 years. Big fan of jazz music. So back in the day, the first thing that I did was I started getting into sports, and I played soccer. So that was the first thing I did. So I've always been really active. I've always been into exercising. I've always been into being fit. I fell in love with that whole physique of being muscular, lean, defined, and just athletic and in shape. I've just always been in love with that, because I do believe in taking care of oneself and taking care of one's body, one's health, so that we can be in the best shape of our lives. That being said, from there I started getting into pageants, and then I started getting into modeling. So I was kind of all over the place, but fitness has always been a part of my life, and regardless of what I was doing, whether I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, even when I went to college. I attended a community college for 2 years, and then I went to the University of Florida for a couple of semesters, hated it, didn't do well, and then I came back to UCF and I finished my degree there, and then got a 2 credits shy, or 2 classes shy of getting a double major. But nonetheless, I graduated from radio, TV, journalism. But I'm getting off the subject. So Alicia wants to know, when did I get into bodybuilding? So I got into bodybuilding when I lived in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I was working at Mastro's restaurant, the original Mastro's, for all of you that know Mastro's Steakhouse, which was started by Italians from New York City who went out to Scottsdale, Arizona, and opened up a steakhouse out there. What are Italians doing in Arizona? What were they doing in Arizona back in 20 years ago? Well, I do know, but nonetheless, love Italians, by the way, toot. So anyway, so I started working out there, and there was this girl who was a bartender, and I was a server. So, you know, she was also a Hispanic, and we started talking, and she was exactly my age. And she said, you know, you should really get into bodybuilding and do a show. And I was like, really? I don't think I can do that. She goes, girl, you can. You're great. You have a trainer. You're at the best gym in Scottsdale, blah, blah, blah. And so I did it just to see. There was one thing that she said to me that stood out, and that's always stuck in my head. And she goes, it's so beautiful to see how your body transforms, and how your body, what you do to your body, how your body reacts when you put that effort into it to change your body. And it's amazing to see what your body does. And I said, you know what? And that was a challenge for me. And I said, you know what? Now I'm gonna do it. Now I'm gonna do it because I want to see how my body transforms. I want to see what my body actually does. I want to see what it does when I actually put in this work, when I actually eat correctly, when I follow this food plan that my then trainer / coach wrote for me. Even though the bikini world, you know, the last 2 months are somewhat brutal. The bikini diet, the starvation diet, the undernourished diet, whatever. But I wanted to see that transformation. I wanted to see if I had the balls, which I knew I did, but I wanted to see what my body did and how I watched it transform. And man, let me tell you, when I did, it was just unbelievable. Like you really just, not in a bad way or not in a narcissistic way, or maybe in a narcissistic way, who cares, but I just couldn't stop staring at my body, like saying, wow, this is what I did, this is what I went to, what level I took it, this is how I transformed, this is to where I took my body from where it was to actually to where it is now. And you just kind of stand there in awe and in amazement as to when you put the focus and when you put the work in and when you actually sacrifice and go through whatever it is that you want to go through to reach whatever goal that you want to reach. It's really amazing how your mind takes over, and it's really all going to depend on how bad you want it. How bad do you want this? For my first show, I didn't get top 5. Nope. I didn't get top 10. Nope. I got top 20. I think there was like 15 girls in my class, and I came in, I think, 12th. But you know what? I don't care. I really don't care. It was my first show. I looked stiff as a board. My physique looked great. Yes, I was a little flat. Yes, I was a little flat because of all of the lack of carbohydrates at the very end, the last 2 to 3 weeks. But I lost 10 pounds. It wasn't anything dramatic, but I was thin for my height. I mean, I was like 130 at 5'7". But I think what did it for me was I just really was so amazed at how lean and how defined my abs were, because this is where mainly most of us, all of us, hide our fat. And that's really the hardest thing to lose, is the stomach that covers the abdominal walls, because everybody wants to see abs. Who doesn't want to see abs? There's not one person in this world that's going to walk around saying, I want to stay fat and I never want to see my abs. Not one, unless you're just delusional and just a liar. It's not going to happen. So once you see that, you just realize, wow, this is great. This is where I actually took myself, and I worked for this. I worked for this. It's just like when you work so hard and you buy your first home. It's like, wow, this is my home. I can walk in this door. This is mine. I put the down payment for this. This is my house. I worked for this house. I saved for this house. And that's a big accomplishment. It's a big accomplishment, and it's really humbling, and it's really exciting to see when you work so hard for it. So that's really when I got into bodybuilding, and I thanked that girl, and I forgot her name, but she was Puerto Rican. Go Puerto Ricans. But anyways, I'm really glad that she pushed me to do that, because from there I did a few more shows in Arizona. Then when I moved to New York City, I did a few more shows there. And then when I moved back to Miami, I did a few more shows here. And then I met my coach, who is now my boyfriend, who switched me up from bikini to figure, which my good friend Marita and her husband kept always telling me the same thing. Bikini is not for you. You don't fit this category. You need to move up to figure. And then when I met my coach, he goes, you need to go up to figure. And I did. And I'm so glad that I did, because I really love the physique that I have now. I finally reached my fitness goals, my health goals. And I'm very into high fashion runway walk, because that's what I did for about 3 years. You're taught to walk a certain way. You're taught to walk blinding by the lights flashing in front of you, and it's really, really beautiful to see like high couture fashion runway models. It still fascinates me every time I see it. It just gives me goosebumps, because it's just so beautiful to see how they walk and how they're showcasing whatever it is that they're showcasing. And I really love it. I really love it. I have an eye for that, and I have a love for that, and I have an appreciation for that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Men, women, I love the whole runway ordeal. I really do. And the chaos backstage, everybody's changing clothes at the same time, and things don't fit, the zippers break. Oh my God, you got 3 seconds to run on stage, and you're running to the back curtain, and all of a sudden you almost fall, and then all of a sudden the curtain opens, and you're just like, hey, here we go. And you almost fell like 2.5 seconds ago. But I really love, the modeling thing and the pageant thing. I think I did 2 pageants in my life. One of them was Miss Cuba. Mom, remember that one? Anyway, I did win Miss Congeniality for that one, because I had the best personality, because I get along with everybody, because I'm just freaking cool. I'm just a friendly person. But nonetheless, that's pretty much what I did. I went from sports to pageants to sports to modeling to sports, continuing sports, and then straight to working out, and then bodybuilding. So I really think this is like my passion. I've always been into sports. I love sports. I watch a lot of sports on TV. My favorite sport is tennis. I still play from time to time when I find somebody who can actually hit the ball and keep up with me. I know my boyfriend is not the one, because with him, he's playing baseball, and after like 5 minutes, I'm like, stop, done, get out, pick up the balls, I'm out of here, because I don't have patience to chase balls, because then you're not really playing, you're just chasing balls. So I don't want to chase balls, I want to hit balls. So anyways, but yeah, it's really exciting to watch the transformation. So for all you ladies out there that really want to get into fitness and really want to get into bodybuilding, listen, it's a huge step, but let me tell you, it's a challenge, but it's a beautiful challenge. It's a self-challenge. It's a self-pride challenge and a self-respect challenge and a discipline challenge to, can you make it? Can you make it? But I mean, at the end of the day, the question is for you. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to reach your fitness goal? How bad do you want to be lean? How bad do you want to be fit? And how bad enough do you want to look like this person on the picture of whatever video or photograph you saw? How bad do you want that? How bad do you want to put your body in the best shape of your life? How bad do you want it? It's pretty much, it's pretty much it. People work at their marriage, people work at raising their kids, you work at training your dogs. Well, at least I do, but most people don't. But when you go to school and you get a degree, you have to earn a degree for 4 years, master's 6 years, a PhD 8 years. That doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 6 months. Like, you're not going to take Anavar for 3 weeks and 3 months and transform your body. No, you don't get a degree in 3 months. You get a degree in 4, 6, 8, 12 years. It takes a while, but how bad do you want that degree? How bad do you want it? At the end of the day, it's how bad do you want it? And I wanted it bad enough, and that's what I did. And now I want this bad enough so that I know that I'm gonna stay disciplined to maintain my body. And when you get to this level of fitness, there's so little that you have to do. People have no idea the single anabolic that I take along with a peptide. I don't take anything else. One single anabolic. That's all I take. So for those of you that think I'm on a whole gang of shit, you're wrong, idiot. For those of you that think I'm on testosterone, idiot. For those of you that think I'm on an androgenic compound, and like some idiot wrote a couple weeks ago, she takes tons of steroids, wrong, and you're a fool, and you just made yourself completely idiotic. I don't take any of that, because I've gotten to this point that I just need to maintain now, where I look good, I feel great, and I want to help you get in the best shape, and basically I want you to get in the best shape of your life, and I want everyone to reach your goals. So people, especially women, because it's harder for us to reach our goal because we have more fat than muscle and we have less testosterone than men do naturally, then it's harder for us to gain muscle because of how our bodies and how our structure and how our DNA and how our hormones are made. So it is a little bit harder for us, and for those of us that start off at a high body fat percentage, it will be even harder for you, and it may take you 4 or 5 years to reach your goal. But are you willing to sacrifice that to reach your goal? Are you willing to step up to the plate and do whatever it takes? And don't just say it, but actually do it. So that is the question for you. Do you have what it takes? If you found value in this video, if you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. And by the way, don't you love my little outfit from Coral? I'm loving this mango color. I really do. I really do. I just love this mango because it's just adorable. Anyways, I got a lot of compliments on it. So tell me what you think about this outfit from Coral. It's the mango color. I really love it. Tell me what you think. Does it go good with my skin, hair? Who knows? Tell me what you think, guys. All right, everyone, have a great week, and we will see you soon.